Hi and welcome to The Property Show, your one-stop show on all things property. As the economic growth rate continues to stabilize, property buyers are directing their focus to more and more affordable housing. Kicking us off, we take a tour of affordable housing for all income brackets in thriving locations. What's your take on buying and renting property online? Our expert highlights pros and cons of picking the right property.
Well, the thing about being on an online platform is the ability to actually access properties that are not even within your geographical location.
Catch MRM as they share an interesting roofing accessory conserving energy. The accessory spot has tips on how to make it easy working with different patterns when furnishing your home. The home ownership journey continues with Terry's amazing story and shift gears as she shares how to keep going as an entrepreneur. We have a great show focusing on a wide range of real estate products. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Remember, there is something for everyone.
What's your take on affordable housing in the country? On the Property of the Week today, we feature projects that are aimed at revolutionizing that sector. We visit Sheshe Gardens, a development that offers simplicity, style, and space ideal for first-time home buyers or a family. Sheshe Gardens is a gated community located in Mololongo in a serene environment with natural beauty. The development comprises of 10 blocks of 10 units of 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom apartments spread spaciously over 5 acres. The 2-bedroom apartment has a plinth area of 91.7 square meters. The 3-bedroom apartment has plinth area of 143 square meters. Salient features include for the 3-bedroom apartment, spacious lounge with balcony, separate dining area, kitchen with granite countertops with fitted hardwood cupboards, dobe area, highly finished tile floors, master bedroom ensuite with a vanity area, separate bathroom and cloakroom, including guest cloakroom, inbuilt wardrobes, internet and cable connectivity, perimeter wall and 24-hour security, cabro driveways, and parking for tenants and visitors. We head to Flame Tree, a visionary project designed to enhance community living, is situated on the outskirts of Thika Town. Flame Tree Park is a residential and commercial development of 364 housing units built in 4 phases. The first 3 phases have been completed and sold out. The last and final phase is currently on sale. It has 100 units of 3-bedroom apartments, each having an average plinth area of 85 square meters. Designed to enhance community living, each unit is cozy and boasts of high-quality finishes with modern fittings, a place you can call home. Accommodation includes spacious lounge with bay windows, open-plan kitchen with granite countertops, 2-bedroom share a common bathroom, guest unit ensuite, utility area, built-in wardrobes, and built-in ports for DSTV. Salient features include perimeter wall with electric fencing, overhead tanks, landscaped gardens, cabro-paved roads, ample parking, street lighting, rainwater harvesting, and commercial center. end our Property of the Week tour with Karibu Homes, a new affordable investment tucked away in the tranquil Athi River town. Karibu Homes, located in Athi River town, is a development dedicated to providing hardworking families with affordable, well-constructed homes in thriving communities. Karibu Homes have both standard and superior living options. Phase 1 of the development is complete and is 60% sold out. The phases comprises of 1, 2 and 3 bedroom houses. Athi 1 consists of 1-bedroom houses built on 30 square meters. Athi 2 consists of 2-bedroom house built on 55 square meters, and Athi 3 consists of 3-bedroom house built on 70.75 square meters. The Athi homes have standard finishes with common features including open-plan living room and dining area, steel casement windows and brass curtain fittings, kitchen with inbuilt cupboards and an adjacent utility area with Dobby sink, master bedroom ensuite and other bedrooms share a tiled bathroom, built-in wardrobes and enhanced finishes. The Tana homes have superior finishes with common features such as attractive open-plan living and dining room, kitchen and utility area, ceramic tile floors, steel casement windows and master bedroom ensuite, separate shared tiled bathroom and shower, built-in wardrobes and enhanced finishes. Salient features include commercial center with shops, health clinic, nursery schools and daycare, riverside walk, basketball court, children's playground, recreational square, community center, water tank and borehole, street lighting, pedestrian walkway, gatehouse and cobble-paved roads. Coming up, we engage Dan of Jumia House, who will enlighten us on this concept of getting your property online.
Looking for a home can be a daunting prospect as one of the biggest investments we make. Some say they know if a property is the right one as soon as they walk through the door. So what do you think about finding your house online? We are joined by Dan, who will share insights on online real estate market. Karibu sana on the show.
Thank you, Nancy.
What are the challenges and what are the risks and advantages of using online to buy property?
I would prefer starting with the advantages because they're quite big.
Yeah.
We're looking at one, convenience again, and at the same time also you're able to compare different prices from different properties that you're looking at, saving you the time of going from one place to the other. The fact that you can actually find all these properties online, that is a great benefit, definitely. At the same time, you're looking at also the ability to actually know the sort of investment that you're getting into. Most importantly is you're able to actually even access the prices for these properties online. Once you make that comparison and you make that analysis, you're able to even sort of like make some sort of extrapolation or a calculation of how much your investment would be worth in, say, a number of years, based on the fact that this information is now online and can be contrasted to different information. Well, the thing about being on an online platform is the ability to actually access properties that are not even within your geographical location. For instance, we've listed properties in Kenya, but Jumia House is also in 23 other countries in Africa. So when you're looking at the opportunity to even compare prices or looking at an investment opportunity in different countries, you're able to access this information easily online instead of now having to, say, even travel to that country to look for something from scratch.
Have you encountered any fraud? And how do you verify documents?
Yeah. Well, for starters, fraud is actually quite prevalent on such a platform. A lot of Kenyans have been victim to a lot of fraud cases, especially for properties that have been listed on an online platform. What we have done as Jumia House is we work with credible developers and also agents. Now, we also have instances where we've worked with individuals, and individuals are actually quite sensitive, especially in property sales, considering it's not their core business. It's probably an investor who's just listed their properties online. So these are some of the cases that we have actually seen cases of fraud, whereby someone lists, especially for rental properties, because this is actually first money that is actually disposed. So you can find that anyone who's looking for a rental property and it's something that they found that's very affordable will probably jump straight into it without, taking much care, considering now they're looking to actually make sure that they get the property before someone else does. So we have encountered about 3 instances whereby someone had actually listed on the platform under false pretenses. Since then, we've actually made sure that every single person that we work with is actually makes sure that they give us the documentation in terms of...
do you vet them?
Yeah, we do vet them. We make sure that if you're a business, you have to now give us certain information about your business, whether including also your PIN, including also your certification, etc. If you're an individual, then at the same time, if you own that property, then we go the extra mile to make sure that you actually own, or you have the mandate as an agent to sell that property. So it is a very sensitive area, to be honest, and to ensure that it's actually tightly controlled, it's quite a task. But in ensuring that we have our own checks and balances internally, we're able to ensure that any person who lists the property on our site is someone who's actually verified.
So, supposing I find a property in your portal
Yep.
and I go ahead and pay, it's a fraud,
Yeah.
what's my recourse?
Well, of course, the law prescribes certain measures that you should take. However, even before we get to the point where you've actually given out money for a particular property, what we encourage every single person who uses our platform is to do their due diligence. Now, there's no property transaction, especially for buying, that does not involve an advocate. So if there's one that actually ends up not involving one, then automatically that's a red flag.
Yes.
Now, for rentals are actually quite quick money, so it's very easy for you to get defrauded for rental properties. Now, what we definitely make sure is before you even give out any money, you must make sure that you view that property, ensure that the property is actually existing. If it's not existing, then of course, then that's a red flag.
So you give people like 2-3 steps that they need to look out for.
Absolutely, to make sure that they've covered, their own checks and balances, and we also play our part, and together, of course, the deal will actually come through.
Talk to us about what else Jumia does as you give us your final thoughts.
Thank you, Nancy. So looking at Jumia House as a company, we are currently in 24 countries in Africa. Jumia House was previously called Lamudi, which is, I know, a name that's synonymous with a lot of players in the real estate industry. So the reason as to why we rebranded to Jumia House is based on the fact that Jumia as a group, which now we existed together as a group with under different names, we have now come together to use one strong name that is going to impact the e-commerce space in Africa. If you're looking at examples of Amazon, for instance, or even Alibaba, or even Virgin Atlantic, it's a strategic move that will definitely enable us to ensure that all our customers interacting with Jumia are able to access houses, are able to access cars, are able to access jobs, are able to access hotels, food, and phones, or even fashion. So it's a one-stop shop for every single consumer looking for a service and at the same time a particular product.
And it's a safe platform.
And it's a safe platform.
Wow,
all over Africa.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The home buying process is fascinating. At First Avenue, we will stick with you in your pursuit of finding your dream home. Follow us on our social media platforms to get a guide into the property market. Next, MRM with a roofing accessory that conserves energy. Thermal insulation. The world is moving towards greener construction trends where buildings with minimal energy consumption are desired. The MRM range of insulation products, namely Cisolation and Alububble, provide a very effective and economical barrier to incident long-wave heat radiation with approximately 95% reflectivity, 0.05 emissivity. This helps in reducing the energy consumed by air conditioners and other costs spent on ventilation. They are also thin and lightweight, hence do not have an effect on the structure or fastener size, besides acting as moisture and dust barriers. MRM has a well-thought-out and crafted distribution model for ensuring that its world-class roofing products reach the customer in an efficient and timely manner. Connect with their wide distributor network in these areas: Nairobi County, Machakos County, Embu County, Meru County, Kisumu County, Kitui County, Makueni County, Uasin Gishu County, Kiambu County, Nakuru County, and Kakamega County.
At Mabati Rolling Mills, we have a variety of products. We have the roofing products, and above the roofing products, you have the accessories. And the accessories go hand in hand with the roofing products, because whenever you lay your roof, you need the accessories to cover. You need the accessories to fasten. You need the accessories to draw your water. That is water harvesting. So at MRM, we give a total roofing solution. So you get the sheets, you get the downpipes, you get the gutters, you get the ridges to cover the roof. They are applicable to wherever the products are going to be used for residential, for industrial, and commercial applications. What I may say is that at Mabati Rolling Mills, we look at quality as a differentiator from us and our competitor. And we look at the processes built with quality inside. And so we look at consistency of the products that we make today and tomorrow, so that the market, the customers are happy and will ever be happy. So we would also want you, when you are inside your roof, to be in a roof that is insulated with no noise coming from outside. The heat insulation also, lowering the temperatures inside your roof, so that when you are inside your roof, you can really enjoy living in the house.
MRM has a well-thought-out and crafted distribution model, ensuring its world-class roofing products reach the consumer in an efficient and timely manner. Visit their nearest authorized distributor for your roofing needs. Coming up after the break, we highlight how to work with bold patterns, Kenya Power connections, an inspiring home ownership journey, and a portfolio of classic and distinctive properties available in the market. Welcome back. What comes to mind when you think of decorating with geometric patterns? Do you get a little nervous because of the boldness it presents? Well, let me share tips on how to make any room look sophisticated and sleek using geometric patterns. Always start small. Little flourishes go a long way when it comes to geometric shapes. Use bold prints in small doses. For example, you can use geometric throw pillows for your sofa carpet, ottomans, vases, or candlesticks on display. A little bit of these attention-getting designs can make a big impact. Color coordinate. Color is critical when incorporating geometric prints into your decor. Choose a color that ties all of the patterns in the room together and show your soft side. To ensure that the patterns do not become too harsh or rigid patterns, add patterns with curves. For example, use concentric circles or waves to structure geometric patterns. Size things up. Size is an important factor to consider when using patterns. Pair geometric shapes with the next largest or smallest pattern to create a chic look. You should also try to remain neutral when using bold patterns so that your room can be tied together. Ground your graphics. To keep the room from looking too busy, you should ground the graphics. The bold look of geometric designs has a fantastic effect on the ground. Geometric patterns have a lot of visual weight, which makes them ideal for area rugs anchoring the whole design. Solid colors can be used to complement the pattern of the rug. Lighten up. Lighting provides a great opportunity to use geometric elements in a way that's distinctive but not overwhelming. Change out a plain lampshade for one with an edgy print. Get dimensional with a chandelier shaped like a star, a trapezoid, or a honeycomb. Bright little details like these will fill your home with character and light. Finally, you can hit the walls. This is the most eye-catching place to use geometric. Displaying geometric artwork in your corridors will add a dazzling effect to your space. Find one unusual shape to create your own unique pattern. That's the best way to use geometric patterns. Up next, Kenya Power ensuring the country has reliable power despite various challenges. Let's have a look at the measures they are taking. Kenya Power, together with the Nairobi City County, embarked on a mission to pull down illegal adverts placed on the streetlights.
From November 2014, we commenced a project to perform public lighting on public streets within Nairobi and other counties across the country. This is a joint effort between the county government, the national government who are doing the funding, and the Kenya Power who are the contractors for the project. In Nairobi, we have completed about 50% of the projects, which is about 2.4 billion out of 5.8 billion of the project. However, we've noticed as we are erecting public lighting facilities across the streets, there has been encroachment by billboards on the poles and also illegal tapping of electricity to light up those boards that are mounted on the poles. So the exercise that we are carrying out now is to rid of those boards that have been illegally put on our poles, whereby the writings are held, and also illegal tappings which are put on the poles. When this project started, the national government, in a collaboration with the ministry, lowered the tariff of public lighting projects from 11 shillings and 35 cents to 4 shillings and 35 cents. That is to enable the county governments to be able to make the bills affordable. This was meant purely for the public lighting. However, these billboards that are on the poles are commercial activity which would not qualify for the subsidized electricity tariffs. And while they are tapping directly, this is tapping into the bills of the county government, which pays the consumption for the bills. And that is why it needs to be formalized and removed so that the commercial activities can apply for electricity to write up the billboards and get the appropriate tariff for commercial activity, and the public can stay on public. We've also liaised with other stakeholders, which are the roads, and some of the boards have become an obstruction, protruded on the roads, and some of the roads have hit the billboards, bringing down the street lighting posts. So on account of safety also, we felt it is important and necessary to remove any obstructions that come in. And that is why we are doing the exercise today, and jointly with the National County, who are the principals for this project, and we being the contractors who are doing it, so that we can have a safe and a well-lit, well-planned project for the Nairobi City County lighting.
In addition to what my colleague here has stated, there are two things which have to be considered. One is the authority for a particular company to install their boards on a particular load. Lest we have unnecessary competition between the advertising companies, which are quite a number. We find that sometimes even before we finish a project, already the billboards are on without our authority. Sometimes even our contractors cannot be able to access the lights because once the billboard is installed, they cannot access the light, which is the primary goal of the whole structure. The other thing is the unfair competition, because each advertising company is rushing to be the first one to install their infrastructure, which we cannot be able to accommodate until we finish the installation, and then we work on the modalities of how to cater for the electricity consumed for that particular board. Currently, we are paying an average of 25 million per month on electricity, that is at Nairobi City County, most of which is consumed by the street lighting and public lighting installations. So we need to control, one is which company goes where, how are we benefiting from the advertisement. The other thing is looking into the authenticity of the structure. You may find that, as he has put it, the billboards are not the right size for the particular road. Some of them, they even obstruct our team from maintaining, others they obstruct the passers-by, pedestrians. And so we are trying to control that so that we can be able to come up with standards of and terms and conditions of advertisement on our poles.
As an investor or a developer, there are many things you have to consider as you embark on your development project. One such critical and important thing is power. As you make plans for your development, it is important that you approach Kenya Power at the earliest stage possible. This will guarantee that as your development project proceeds, your plans for power are also ongoing. And with an additional 5,000 megawatts of electricity being injected into the power grid, you can be guaranteed that power costs are definitely coming down. Plan for power as you embark on your development project.
Kenya Power continues to ensure sufficient transmission of electricity to all counties, boosting a 24-hour economy. Stay connected with them through their social media platforms. Finding the right house is an unmatched feeling that many buyers fear they will never feel. But what happens when you do? Join us as we conclude Terry Mungai's climb onto the property ladder.
Now, of course, I cannot have an opportunity of spending time with you and not ask you about your journey as an entrepreneur. How has that been? From Temus all the way to Ashley's, and having a franchise company that people are now being able to plug in and own their own mini Ashley's within the counties. How has that journey been?
That has been a journey. When I went into business after I left employment, I always knew what I would like to do after employment, but I didn't know that it would come so fast. When it came, I wasn't ready, but I knew that I would like to go into the beauty industry. Why? Because you and I, working in the corporate world, we went to get groomed every week.
Every day, actually.
Every week we had to go into a salon, but then the salons of then were not what we see now, because there were very few professionally run salons. So you endured to be in a salon so that you can look good. And we could see there was a niche whereby you need to separate the market. You need to know from middle to upper income group where they need to go. But here we were all together. So I always knew that I would want to start up an executive salon, an executive barbershop, where people can go to relax and be worked on and not endure a visit to a beauty parlor. And so I started Ashley's. But it wasn't easy because, like I said, I wasn't ready. But thank God, it's always good to own a property. I went back to my Karuna maisonette. That is what I sold.
When you were starting your first salon?
Yes. It was the first salon to be designed by an architect. Yes.
So you called in an architect?
Yes.
He gave you a design of a modern salon?
Yes.
And of course, just making sure that you take everything that one requires at a salon.
Exactly. And that's the journey of Ashley. So we started, it wasn't easy. The salon part really kicked because ladies catch on, you know, they want to
good things.
Yes, but a man could not understand from Karai, River Road, paying 70 bob. What are you telling me to pay 150 shillings?
And you tell him manicure, he says,
yes,
no, that's not for boys.
Yes, and I would now convince them and tell them I have put for you. Those days it was KTN that only brought CNN. There was a screen there, and eventually they caught on. But Nancy, it wasn't easy. Yeah.
And how has the journey been to now having this beautiful state-of-the-art salon and just seeing yourself now attracting the creme de la creme of the country? Yeah. How has it been all the way up?
Okay, like I told you, Nancy, when I was starting the salon and the barber shop, I already knew who is my market. Yes. And my market was that person who has made it in life. Your member of parliament, those days when members of parliaments were like the governors of today, yeah,
CEOs.
The CEOs, and we were strategically located right opposite Nation Center. So we are talking about the CEO of Nation Media House. Everybody, KTN, we were grooming the presenters, the Deputy President, His Excellency, the former President Kibaki, the Prime Minister. That was our niche. That was our niche.
Give us some tips of remaining in the business. Starting a business is very easy, but keeping it going from all those years is very difficult.
Yeah. The first advice I would give them is that they should get trained if they want to start their own business. My advantage of succeeding even without having done cosmetology is because I'm a marketer. My profession is marketing, customer service. But if you want to be hands-on, you need to train. The other thing is that you need to focus. What has happened to many entrepreneurs who don't make it because you want to do 100 things? You need to focus and really invest your time and money and be patient. Money doesn't come overnight. I can tell you for the first 3, almost 4 years, we were running the business at a loss. I could have given up, but I persisted. It's in the persistence that you get the reward. Yeah.
And finally, you are also a real estate mogul. Talk to us about your real estate journey.
After Ashley's, I've done this many years and I'm still doing it. But we're not growing any younger. And then this boom comes along of real estate and everybody is doing real estate. And I decide, why not? Yeah, I can try my hand in it. And I managed to get a plot in Ruaka. And because I'm a perfectionist, I went to Ruaka. People are not doing things professionally, and I decided it's going to be done professionally. And I did that, got a professional team, and there you have Temus. And soon we are going to be having Temus 2. And Temus 1 is the talk of Ruaka. Ruaka has grown, people have put up wonderful apartments, but still, Temus is a point of reference.
Home is not a place, it's a feeling. What do you love most about your home, and would you like to share it with us? Just call on us and we'll be happy to engage. Up next, property news with what's going on in the property market. On the property news, we had the pleasure of joining Pam Golding International as they gave insights on the global real estate market as we viewed a property portfolio presentation, and also had the opportunity of speaking to Dr. Andrew Golding, the Chief Executive Officer. Let's have a look.
Thank you, Andrew, and Karibu sana to Kenya.
Thank you very much. Lovely to be here.
Give us an overview of who is Pam Golding globally.
So we're a business that currently consists of 300 offices, 2,500 people. We're in 15 different countries, and we're looking to primarily provide an comprehensive African property services business. So that's our core business, and then looking to provide Africans with a diversified property portfolio in many of the world's property locations around the globe.
And where is the real estate investment going across the world?
So I think the globe finds itself in a very interesting situation in terms of residential property markets. There are obviously the gold standards of London and New York and Paris. There are some very interesting trends around alternative opportunities, like in Lisbon, particularly with the golden visa opportunity there. I think predominantly what we're looking to do is add value to investors looking to invest in locations outside of Africa by researching those markets very acutely and recognizing that they are micro markets and that one needs to really understand suburb trends and individual street trends in order to be able to give good advice and make good investment decisions. So there are really a number of locations where one can buy property, and it depends on what the particular appetite is. So it may be a property in London. We've got a particular view around the London property market, particularly post-Brexit, but I think other European cities are equally attractive. So Berlin is certainly something we promoted this evening, and of course Lisbon, in terms of its golden visa program, is something that we've had great success with in terms of offering Africans an alternative investment location.
And it's shocking to hear about Turkey.
Yes, indeed. So Turkey was very interesting for us in terms of our research. So notwithstanding the political difficulties that they've had there, the Turkish market has been one of the best performers on the planet.
It's amazing. And what would you say are the 5 top cities that one can invest in the world?
So I think one's got to take a view on whether one's talking about long-term or short-term. So I think the gold standards of New York, London, Paris, Hong Kong are certainly ones that from a medium to long-term perspective, notwithstanding concerns that there might be at the moment, are going to continue to perform. But I think if one looks at the global population of cities and the way that that's going to increase, there's no doubt that the second-tier cities around the globe are very interesting to look at, which traditionally are perhaps not primary investment locations, but for a savvy investor, I think there's going to be excellent returns there.
Let's come back home. What is your take on the Kenyan market, especially now that Pam Gold in Kenya has done extremely well?
Yeah, so we're delighted with our performance here. We're about to enter our 5th year of existence in the Nairobi market. We're absolutely thrilled with the way the market has responded to us. We now have over 25 agents servicing the greater Nairobi market. We're extremely optimistic about the way that Kenya and the Kenyan property market is going to perform in the medium to long term, notwithstanding the fact that it seems to have cooled off a little bit right at the moment. But I think that that's temporary. I think that the long-term trend in terms of Nairobi, both from a residential and commercial perspective, because we've just opened a commercial division here, is extremely exciting, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how the Nairobi market is going to respond.
And what are your last words for us?
Well, I'm delighted to be here and look forward to coming back soon in the not too distant future. I love being in Nairobi. It's a fantastic place.
Are you looking at the East African market as well?
Yeah, very much so. So in fact, we're looking to open up in Tanzania and Dar es Salaam. We have an interest in Uganda already, and we're looking at Rwanda as well. So the East African hub is extremely important to us.
Next, where would you like to invest? Let's have a look at the property gallery with various developments in prime locations. Malibu Court Apartments is a development consisting of 56 three-bedroom units. It is located in Nairobi's Madaraka Estate. Accommodation includes lounge opening to the balcony, dining, fitted American-type kitchen, kitchen yard, study, 3 bedrooms with a master ensuite, and common cloakroom. Salient features include pool hall, 3 high-speed lifts, 3 basement parkings, swimming pool, gym, cabro-paved parking, guardhouse with intercom and CCTV. Price is on inquiry. Cascade Heights is located in Ruaka. It offers all the comforts of a modern amenity that is suitable for everyday living. The apartments comprise of 27 units of bed-sitter, 1 and 2 bedroom with a plinth area of 393.75 square meters and 582.5 square meters respectively. Accommodation includes lounge, dining area, closed kitchen, balcony, shared cloakroom, large windows to allow in natural light, built-in wardrobes with reading area, ceramic tiled floors, granite tops, cabinets, wooden ceiling, and filters. Salient features include 24-hour manned gate, electric fence, CCTV, generator, borehole, internet, intercom, and underground and overhead water tanks. The rental price for the 2-bedroom furnished apartment is 75,000 Kenya shillings per month and 27,000 Kenya shillings for the 2-bedroom unfurnished per month. For the 1-bedroom, the rental price is 60,000 Kenya shillings for the furnished per month and 22,000 Kenya shillings for the unfurnished per month. An unfurnished bed-sitter goes for 16,500 Kenya shillings per month. Skyview Apartments, Feda Estate. The development comprises of 34 units of spacious 2-bedroom apartments with the master ensuite. The apartments are located in Feda Estate, 300 meters off the main outer ring road. The locality is quiet, eco-friendly, and offers excellent panoramic view. Amenities include ample ground floor parking for residents and visitors, adequate security with 24/7 manned entrance, CCTV surveillance, electric fence, and razor wire, underground water tank and individual overhead tanks. The apartments are located strategically near several public and private amenities. The rental price is 23,000 Kenya shillings per month with a service charge of 1,200 Kenya shillings per month. We know finding a home can be tough because you will be making decisions on everything. Let's make it easier. Visit our First Avenue office and website as we break down the steps and give you the tools to find your home.
Thank you for watching The Property Show. Each week, we share insights into the property market because we know finding the right investment can be a roller coaster of emotions. Next week, we take a look at gated communities and why they are a game changer in the market. And that's it for today. We appreciate your feedback and keep them coming through our social media platforms. See you next Sunday, and remember, your property search starts here at the Property Show. You can also visit our offices for more options. As always, there is something for everyone. Kwaheri.